Hi guys, welcome back to the Wrestling GM Originals channel. If you're new, please make sure that you make things happen so you can get notified every time I drop new content. We are back with another PWA save, and I know. I did say that I don't want to record a lot of PWA because I created the save for me to just play around when I'm not on ASE. But yeah, I feel like I'm cooking. There's a lot that's happening here, and I feel like me just taking a screenshot won't do justice to the stories that I have spent time on. So yeah, pay-per-view, recording pay-per-views, July pay-per-view, Tokyo Takedown. I think the last episode I recorded for PWA was Immortals, which was kind of like our WrestleMania. We are at the Tokyo Dome, Tokyo Takedown. Um, and I'm not sure if you'll notice, but Tokyo Takedown is gonna be similar to what we have in the AC save. You remember, if you've been here long enough, you know that my AC save, you know that AC has a relationship with PGPX. They get wrestlers from PGPX. So I'm doing the same thing here with PWA. They have a contract. PWA and JPF, Joshi are in partnership. So you'll be seeing a lot of like Japanese superstars coming here and yeah, basically merging in some sort of way. So yeah, pay-per-view Tokyo Takedown. Let's get into it. And this is our card. I don't think I'm gonna do graphics for this. If I do graphics for this, then good. But I just want to record this and get into it. So this is our card. This is how our card looks like. We have the Scream Queens, Hydra and Banshee teaming up with the Croft sisters, Neely Croft and Destiny Croft. Um, they are going against the PW Aces in a 8 women tag match. Is it a tag match? It is a tag match. Yeah. In a 8 women tag match, we have Phoebe versus Cordelia DuPont in a weapons match. This is part two. They're facing each other for the second time. I think it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. Did I write part two? I did not write part two. They did have like a first time match ever at PW. Okay, yeah, this is the part two. This is the part two. They haven't touched each other since Overtake. I think, is it Overtake? Yeah, they haven't touched each other since Overtake, which is a good, decent pay per view. But yeah, they're facing each other again in a weapons match. We have Kim Katana defending her championship against Jay Holloway and Tony Newell. The Diamond Divas, Delaney Voss and Tess Mattel defending their tag team championships against the Mystic Rain, Mariko and Eiko Akura. And in the main event, we have a match that when I came up with, I was like, oh, I don't know, I didn't know we could do that. It feels good on paper. It's Sarah Keller of the Golden Era defending her championship against Nikki Nightshade. Um, I think what I want to say is about this match is I think I kind of like Nikki Nightshade. I think I like Nikki Nightshade. That's what I want to say. Let's get into the stories. So what's happening here is there's tensions between the PWASs, PWASs, PWASs and the Craft Sisters. Tensions between the PWASs and the Craft Sisters have reached a boiling point. Malia Brass, the ruthless leader of the PWASs, has declared war on the Golden Era, vowing to dethrone Sarah Keller as the PWA Queen's Crown Champion. With Delaney Voss and Tess Mattel, the Diamond Divas snatching the tag titles from the Croft sisters, and Kim Katana capturing the PWA Revolution Championship from Tony Newell. The PWA's dominance is growing, and the Croft sisters are desperate to strike back. On the go home show leading to PWA Tokyo Takedown, Malia Perez and Raquel Reyes entered the Twin Heart tournament, made it to the semifinals against the Scream Queens, Banshee and Hydra. However, thanks to the interference by the Croft sisters, the PWA's hopes of reaching the tag title spotlight were crushed. To settle the chaos, Rita Neal, the GM, made a blockbuster decision. The Scream Queens and the Croft sisters must unite to face the PWA's in an explosive 8-woman tag match at the Tokyo Dome. So yeah, just a reminder, these are the factions. These are the factions. Oh, what is this? Okay, these are the factions. The Golden Era, you see Tony Newell, Destiny's Craft, New Craft, Sarah Keller. Jade is the honorary member. Honorary Us. We have the Dynasty, Cordelia DuPont, Kim Katana, and May Asumi. you might have noticed a difference here. You're seeing a you're seeing like some change here. Well, the change is Aliyah Malala has been replaced. So the difference here is the change here is Aliyah Malala has been replaced. Is it? I think it's Miss Samoa, right? Yeah, it's Miss Samoa has been replaced by May Sumi. Um, so at PW overtake Kim Katana. Izumi aligned with Kim Katana. They are now a force in some sort. Mayor Sumi is Kim Katana's enforcer, I guess. You can put it that way. And Cordero DuPont is like, oh, okay, you can bring it in the dynasty. So we have that PW Aces. This is the PW Aces. These are the Diamond Divas now. So that's how the factions are going. Cordella DuPont versus Phoebe. Did I write everything that I needed to write here? Okay, cool stuff. I think I did. Phoebe faced Cordella DuPont in a first time ever match up at PWA Overtake, where Phoebe picked up a win. The two have been going back and forth, and simply because of Phoebe having a relationship with Cordella DuPont's rivals, the Diamond Divas. Cordella DuPont looks to put an end to Phoebe and break the Diamond Divas apart. So this one is kind of like simple. If you remember, or if you have been keeping up, the Golden Era have been running PWA, right? They've been running as the top faction. And Cordella DuPont was like, you know what? Let me align myself with the Golden Era. Let the Dynasty align, work with the Golden Era. They're going to take out all the competition. Then after that, after taking out the competition, I'm going to get at the Golden Era. So Cordell DuPont is kind of like mad at the fact that the Diamond Divas have basically ruined that for her. They have taken gold from the almost all the gold from the Golden Era. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Here we have Kim Katana defending a championship against Tony Newell and Jade Hathaway. This one, the build here is at the takeover. Okay, did I? Okay, yeah, at the takeover, PWA takeover, Kim Katana triumphed over Tony Newell to capture the PWA Revolution Championship, igniting fresh rivalries. So week one, Jade Holloway and Tori Valhalla faced off against the reigning champion Kim Katana and her partner Mayasumi in a tag bout. But just as the match heated up, Tony Newell and Jade ambushed Jay. Leading to a disqualification and handing Holloway a chaotic victory over Katana. Week two, Rita No struck a deal with Jay Holloway, naming her the top contender for the PWA Revolution Championship. Meanwhile, Tony Newell officially invoked her rematch clause, setting the stage for a showdown. Week three, Jay Holloway squared off against Tony Newell to defend her number one contender status. With her former ally Jade lurking at ringside, it seemed Jay might lose her chance. However, Kim Katana intervened, taking down Jade and ensuring Jay's victory, keeping the battle lines drawn and intensifying the race to the Revolution Championship. So yeah, that's what's going on here. The matchup was simply supposed to be Jay Holloway versus Kim Katana, but Tony Newell was like, no, I haven't got my rematch. You know, let me get my rematch. And Rita Neal was like, you know what? In order for you to get your rematch, you will get your rematch, but if you want a one-on-one setup, you will have to face Jay Holloway and win. If you can't do that, Jay Holloway is added into the match. So that's how we got here. We have this one is pretty much simple. I think I did not even write a lot. Yeah. So I set up a tournament a while back, and Mariko Ikuda basically like smashed through it. They went through the PWA says Anya Maharani and Maya Rodriguez. They went through the newly formed team of Deja Stevens and Miss Samoa, and they went through the Scrim Queens. So now they get a shot at the tag titles against this big team. So that's what's going on here. This one is pretty much simple. And for this one, Sarah Keller versus Nikki Nightshade. At PWA Overtake, Nikki Nightshade shocked the crowd by betraying her partner Belladonna after they fell short in a grueling tag team match against Banshee and Hydra. Not stopping there, she interfered in Silver Rose's showdown against the reigning PWA Queens champion, Sarah Keller, costing Silver Rose her shot at the victory. Week 2, Nikki Nightshade and Silver Rose collided in a high-stakes number one contenders match for the Queen's Crown Championship. When tensions hit their peak, Cordilla DuPont, who still harbors a grudge against the Diamond Divas, stepped in to tip the scales, allowing Nikki Nightshade to secure a controversial win. So the backstory here is Nikki Nightshade and Belladonna were marked from day one as the targets by the Golden Era. Neely and Destiny Craft claimed victory in their first Twin Heart tournament, dethroning the Poison Girls and sidelining them indefinitely. By betraying Belladonna, Nightshade has declared her intent to face the Golden Era on her own, shedding what she sees as their way to reclaim her dominance. So yeah, this one is pretty much simple. Nikki Nightshade and Belladonna were like the first targets when were the first targets. They had the tag team championships. When the Golden Era debuted, they went for them, and Nikki Nightshade and Belladonna have been gunning, have been wanting to get their leg back, but they haven't. So Nikki Nightshade is like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this myself. I feel like Belladonna is the dead weight here. I don't think I'm gonna finish whatever beef I have with the Golden Era with Belladonna. So I'm just gonna drop the weight and go for the king and kill the king and kill the head of the Golden Era. So that's what's happening here. So let's the others is just spoiler. So the results here, Banshee and Hydra, the Scream Queens and the Craft Sisters pick up a win against the PW Aces, simply because I did not write a finish. It's going to be a clean finish, simply because of home advantage. Let's say the Scream Queens take it because they are like the Joshi originals, like they're from JPF, so they pick up a win. The crowd goes crazy. It's like, oh, hometown heroes kind of situation going on here. So they pick up a win. And important for storyline, this match sets the stage for an inevitable war between the Golden Era and the PW Aces. With tensions high, the Scream Queens secure a decisive victory at the Tokyo Dome, gaining critical momentum in their quest for a rematch against the Diamond Divas. So there's a lot happening here. Um, the Golden Era and the PW Aces seem to be clashing, right? Because the PW Aces um, are like a faction that's looking to be like an apex predator, right? And the PW Aces, in order for them to be at the top, they need to take out the Golden Era. So this is basically leading to that. I think we're gonna have like a war game set up, um, but yeah, it's leading to that. And when it comes to the Scream Queens, they pick up a win that's basically for momentum because they've faced Delany Voss and Tess Mattel before. And yeah, like they want those titles. They want those titles. They're the best team here in this roster right now, up there with the Craft Sisters. So they want the tag titles, but on this side, we have a heated rivalry. And yeah, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. This match was not, in all honesty, the Golden Era and the PW Aces were not supposed to clash until next year. But then the PW Aces have been on a crazy run. They've been like making a statement to be like, you know what, the Golden Era dies this year. They don't even make it to the end of the year. The Golden Era are gonna be destroyed. So yeah, that's what's going on here. I'm getting like an idea, but I'm getting an idea from this. I feel like the war game setup won't be the Golden Era and the PW Aces. I feel like the Dynasty, the Golden Era, and the PW Aces have a common enemy, and that common enemy is the Diamond Divas. But we'll get into that as time goes. So, oh, these matches are cooking. So the finish here, in a moment of raw brutality, Phoebe hoists Cordella DuPont and suplexes her with devastating force into the unforgiving barricade. The crowd rose as both women collapse in a heap, barely moving. Phoebe begins to stare, determined to finish the job. Before she can capitalize, Mayasumi stomps down the ramp like a force of nature. The crowd erupts in a mix of shock and fury as Asumi barrels towards Phoebe, spearing her with such ferocity that both women crashed through the barricade, leaving debris and chaos in their wake. Um, Cordelia, ever the opportunist, crawls through the wreckage, her lips curling into a sly grin as she drapes over herself. He drapes herself over Phoebe's lifeless body. The referee counts the pin, and Cordelia DuPont snatches the victory. Her status in the dynasty is solidified. So yeah, that happens. Storyline note: Mayasumi's actions underscore her newfound loyalty to Cordelia DuPont, marking a pivotal shift in the dynasty's power dynamics, with Asumi cementing her role as Cordelia's enforcer. Um, Not only Kim Katan's enforcer, but Cordelia's enforcer too. The group's ironclad unity is clear, at least for now. Meanwhile, Aliyah Malala's absence grows more conspicuous. Her quiet departure to align with Deja Stevens, signaling her potential ousting from the faction altogether. The dynasty has evolved, and the message is clear: loyalty is rewarded, and defiance is erased. So that happens. May Asumi is basically in the dynasty, and who's this? Miss Samoa is out. Miss Samoa is completely out. So Meisumi is just doing all this to basically be like, okay, things have changed. I'm here to make a name for myself. I'm under Cordelia DuPont. I'm under Kim Katana. Let's get to it. So yeah, but I think this is still gonna grow because now this is like the score here is. I feel like this feud is gonna like heat up. The score here is 1-1. Phoebe has picked up a win. Cordelia DuPont has picked up a win. We might get a third one, and their matches are looking good actually. So third match here, the finish for this one, Kim Katana retains. So in the finish here is Jay Holloway whips Tony Newell into the corner, setting up for a thunderous hell of a kick. With the crowd roaring, Holloway charges in, but Jade shoves the referee in the line of fire. The official collapses, leaving chaos in their wake. Seizing the opportunity, Jade slides into the ring and plants Holloway with a devastating pedigree, and the crowd erupts. As the crowd erupts in boos, Kim Katana pulls herself up, ready to strike. She swings for a clothesline, but Jade counters with a precise code breaker, leaving Katana sprawled. Jade quickly lifts Tony Newell's lifeless body and drapes her over Holloway for the pin. Just as it seems the title is slipping away, Mayasumi again is here to save the day and like a whirlwind. Storms in like a whirlwind, blasting Jade with a brutal big boot that shakes the ring. Without missing a beat, Mayasumi stomps Newell's head into the mat, ensuring she's out cold. With no hesitation, Asumi drags a groggy Kim Katana on top of Holloway and signals for the referee to wake up. The referee slowly crawls over, counts the pin, and Kim Katana retains the championship by the slimmest margin, thanks to her relentless dynasty ally. The ring is left in shambles, but the message is clear: the dynasty reigns supreme again. So yeah, Kim Katana picks up a win, and what do we got here? Celebration, celebration, celebration. But wait, Kazumi Takano. Oh my freaking god, a new signee from Joshi comes in, stare down with Kim Katana, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, oh my goodness, this is a dream match. And yeah, it is a dream match. Important for storyline. This is a dream match tease. Kim Katana in the past has been one of the superstars the wrestling universe wanted to see in JPF because of her Japanese lineage. So yeah, what I'm basically saying here is Kim Katana has a lot of dream matches with people from JPF. So yeah, this is basically one of them. Like people are like, Japanese wrestlers like, oh, they're just going crazy because they are Joshi. So yeah, that's what happens here. Semi main event. Thank God I put this in the semi main event. I was thinking of putting this in the semi main event for some weird reason, but I checked the star power. I was like, the tag team match is going in. So yeah, this one is finished. This one is simple. The finish is clean. Delaney Voss Tess Mattel pick up a win. Important for storyline. What is this? Important for storyline. Delaney Voss and Tess Mattel continue to reign supreme. And I think them retaining opens a door for the golden era to get back at them, the Craft sisters to get back at them. So, and also, it opens a door for the Scream Queens versus the Diamond Divas. So that is what is happening here. American Akuda pick up a big L. They haven't really got like a big win ever since they've been a team. They've only got wins as of recent in the tournament, but they haven't really got a big win, and they're like a good team, man. So I think this one is gonna end up basically leading to a split. Unfortunately, I see it leading to a split because Mariko has some sort of storyline with has some sort of like history with Sarah Keller and unfinished business with Sarah Keller. So yeah, this might lead to a split, but then I'll see how that goes because I really want Mariko and Eiko Okuda to get like a title run because look at them, just look at them. So we get that. Um, why is it dropping? I don't like that. Oh, main event is crazy. I did say this is good on paper. Um, okay, finish here. I just did say I just added Belladonna interferes and cost Nikki Nightshade her match. I think that's simply it. It's not anything crazy. Belladonna gets her leg back because, like, you know what? You think you can throw me away like that? Like, what? So that's basically what's happening there. Important for storyline. Important for storyline isn't that deep. We're just trying to cook this up. Belladonna really wants like closure as to why Nikki Nightshade threw her away, and so like saw no value in her. So yeah, it's basically this is basically like the important for storyline, this rivalry going on here. And yeah, I think we are getting a Belladonna singles run after this, because Belladonna also has like history with um the golden era. So she might be the one who's like, you know what? I am the one who could actually handle this business alone, not you, you know. So yeah, that's what happens there. Um Silver Rose returns, and she looks to be the one, who's gonna dethrone Sarah Keller, because I think the last time they faced each other, um, Tony Newell got in the way. No, I'm lying. I don't think no, Tony Newell didn't get in the way. It's actually Nikki Nightshade that got in the way. Yeah, I even wrote it here. Nikki Nightshade legit like cost Silver Rose her title shot. So yeah, we are getting a Silver Rose versus Sarah Keller part 2. So overall, 43. That's good for us. We are good, and we are on top. Done, done, done. Let me see how we've been doing. So I think I think our pay-per-views have been decent. They've been playing in the 40s. We have never had a bad pay-per-view like that. And I love that for myself. So yeah, that's it for now. We are now heading to the Arcadome, which stands for, I'm forgetting these characters' names. Read bio, which stands for Ava Calazo and Cat Alcala. So yeah, we are heading to the Arcadome, which is kind of like our Pemberton Dome, AC Pemberton Dome. So yeah, that's it for now. I've signed new stars. I've signed Heathen, who I feel like will work well with Zara. They're just giving me like an unholy new union They're giving me unholy union kind of vibes. Um, I signed Samara Peters. I wanted her to be the one that debuted in Tokyo Takedown, but it doesn't really make sense for her to debut at Tokyo Takedown because she's not from Joshi. So yeah, I think she's gonna debut at the Do. Yeah, and I really want her as champion. So we'll find the perfect excuse to make her champion. And also, when we're talking about the war games thing, I think I think Samara Peters might actually fit into the Diamond Divas team. It would be stacked. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. Oh my freaking! This would be this would be crazy. This would be crazy. So I think that's where I'm going with this. I think we're gonna have the Golden Era, the Dynasty, the PWA Save versus the Diamond Divas for War Games, and I don't know when the War Games is gonna be. I think it's gonna be Danger Zone. Yeah. So yeah, I signed those. I signed three people, and Kazumi Takano, who I feel like we should actually raise this. We should actually fix this. We should fix her fans. She should have a lot of fans. But yeah,